Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Zam, and we back again on the channel. It's been a minute since I actually recorded something. So in this video, we got what? Everything wrong with Fairy Tail and what it got right. I feel like a lot of my anime videos get more views than anything else. It sucks, but you know, it's whatever. I want to see how well Fairy Tail did and see what they did wrong and see if I can try and like change the perspective on why they think it's wrong or what. This video came out 2 years ago. They don't care. But let's see what they got.
Fairy Tail is one of those shows you either hated with every ounce of your being or thought was mid at best, but there's dragon wizards, so that's alright. Me personally, I was sold with the introduction of Sasuke, aka Iceman. He rounds out the group dynamic. Regardless of if you
Sorry for the
liked
ball,
the
y'all know
show
why
or
it's
not,
so
I think we
bad. Like, it says 70-20, like, oh, it says it's at 720. I don't know.
can all agree here, especially since most of us
Who
aren't
cares?
14 anymore, that there was a lot wrong with Fairy Tail over the
What's
years.
wrong
From the
with
pointless 30-episode filler arcs where nothing interesting happened.
Okay. If you're gonna, okay, first things first, if you are an anime watcher or even a manga reader or whatever, if you're an anime at all and you sit here and complain about filler, you're a weirdo. I'm sorry, bro. Especially in the day and age where the anime is finished and is done and you're crying about filler. You know, like I understand that the anime was going on, like it's still going. Damn, I stopped the recording accident. But that's what I was saying. If you watch anime and you complain about filler on an anime that's already finished, come on, bro. Just skip the fucking episode. If it's filler, come on now. If it's filler, just skip the episode. It's not that big a deal, homie. Like, come on, bro. Like, Bleach, half it's filler. But guess what? Look it up. You can literally find a page where it says, "Oh, this episode's filler. This episode's filler. This whole part right here is filler." Like, come on, bro. And Fairy Tail filler ain't even that bad, bro. I feel like what makes Fairy Tail good is the characters and like how much of a bond they have, and putting them in these stupid, goofy ass situations are pretty funny. So I'm not saying filler's good. I'm saying that Fairy Tail filler could be good. Same if like One Piece had filler. I feel like One Piece filler arcs could be good. You know. Well, let's continue.
So the joke of a final season. Let this video be a
Joke
look
of
into
a final
everything
season.
Fairy Tail did wrong and what it might have got right. If we're gonna talk,
I don't
about
know
the
what's
show,
wrong. Okay,
first
thank
we
you.
need to split the 300 episode run up just a little bit. Luckily, that's done for us. Fairy Tail released in 3 parts the first run of the show, beginning in 2009 and stopping in 2013, just to be picked up the next year to run till 2016, just to be picked up again in 2018. Which, boy, wait till we get there. The first block is composed of 175 episodes, of which maybe half have something impactful happen story-wise. The second half ran for 102 episodes and the final for 51. Something to keep in mind here, as the episode count dwindles in each block of the series, so did the production budget. Now this video will not
I don't know about that. I think it was mainly to cut off on the filler that this nigga's really complaining about. I don't think the final season of Fairy Tail had any filler. If it did, it's probably like 1 or 2 episodes. That's what I'm saying. The filler, there's like 2 filler, no, 3. Wait, there's probably at least 3, at most 3 filler arcs. Because there's the Key to Starry Heavens. There is the there's not that many, bro. Compare like Naruto and shit, bro. There's not that many.
be a comprehensive summary of Fairy Tail with a slight altercation to key points of the story just for the sake of making a joke. I have no intention of wasting my time or yours doing that unless the demand is high. With that being said, I do want to go through some key points in this first section that is vital to your understanding of where Fairy Tail went awry. Now, part 1 is made up of 15 arcs, that of which only half actually have purpose in the story. Part 1 is made up of 15 arcs, that of which only half.
Wait, I need to see like. Okay, so the Maka arc, not I guess Eisenwald sets up Zeref, and just how the normal world is. Phantom Lord, what's that there? Phantom Lord, the Loki arc. That's a major character right there. Daphne arc is filler, but that's like 2 episodes, bruh. And then what arc is this? Oh, this is the key to starting Heaven Earth. That's actually an arc. So out of all of these that he just mentioned, only 2 are really like filler. 2 filler arcs.
Half
These are the same thing.
Actually have purpose in the story. Of that half that is considered meaningful, another half is probably considered watchable. Of that
which did you say is not watchable?
That is considered meaningful. Another half.
I can't remember. So the complete start of Fairy Tales is not watchable apparently, and then the Phantom Lord arc is also not watchable apparently. Only arc I don't watch like all the time is the Endless arc. These
half actually.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't know why he fucking crossed out the Tenma arc. These are the better arcs.
Purpose in the story. Of that half that is considered meaningful, another half is
Tower of Heaven's not good. What? Okay.
Probably considered watchable. We have some old.
Considering Fairy Tail arcs aren't that fucking long, especially in the first part. Fucking Fairy Tail arcs are like 6, 5, 7 episodes, bro.
Old friends
you
from
can
the
sit down and
past
watch that.
Come back as evil dudes that want to destroy the world. This actually happens twice on separate occasions.
Wait, what do you say?
Their half is probably considered.
Sorry, I really want to get into
friends from the past.
Old friends from the past.
Back as evil dudes that want to destroy the world. This actually happens twice on separate occasions.
Okay, one wants to just be better, and the other one is being possessed.
Little Graham's grandson, Electro, turns out to be a major donkey ass, but after getting his cheeks clapped, he suddenly has a change of heart. There's also this dude, he's somebody's dad from the future, if I remember right, or something along that line. He's important, I think. There's also this time that the main group goes missing for like, I think several years. This is actually a pretty common theme. There's more time gaps in this show than a schizophrenic suffering major psychosis. With that being said, part 1 of Fairy Tail doesn't have as major problems as what is to come later down the line, but what is a standout throughout the entire run of the series is the lack of pacing that is a major turnoff for anyone over the age of 12 or 14. I put up with it till then. In terms of story mechanical problems...
Hold on. I think Fairy Tail has one of the best pacings ever, bro. Arcs aren't that fucking long. If I go look up every Fairy Tail arcs episode, bro. Fairy Tail arc episode. Like, nigga, it is not that long. What? I'm sorry, bro. Reason I get so pissed off about some things people say about Fairy Tail is they'll turn around and fucking meat ride, what's it called? They'll meat ride, One Piece for that shit. But, look. Let's see. The Maka arc was fucking 1 episode. 2 episodes. Okay, 3 episodes, the first 3 episodes. The Daybreak arc. 2 episodes. Eisenwald arc, 6 episodes. Tenro Island, 10 episodes. Phantom Lord, 9 episodes. Tower Heaven, 8 episodes. Battle Fairy if I go to One Piece, let's go to one nigga. I don't even know I don't need to go to One Piece. Cause we know Wano in real life time was like 7 years. How long was the Wano? I spelled Wano wrong. Wano arc in real time, bro. It was like 4 whole fucking years, nigga. I could have went to college and got a degree by the time the Wano arc was finished. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, god damn. Like, and like I said, niggas will dick ride One Piece for it. Be like, oh, it's not that long. You just, come on, bro. Come on. Stop it.
Big no-no is how far O Great Mashima took the power of friendship. Let me tell you lads, this is a no Luffy, Naruto level shit. This is Super Saiyan level friendship I'm talking about. The amount of times the group is at an extreme capability difference and while...
Okay, again, I think there's another video on my channel. I went over this scene specifically. I know he's showing it because it's power of friendship, because Urza likes to think of her friends a lot, but that's the reason why she fights. Urza is supposed to be on the same tier. Okay, each series, I'm gonna try to explain it real quick. Each series has a character that's supposed to be super duper fucking strong, and you're supposed to bet on them every time. Bleach, Kenpachi, Black Clover, Mereoleona. You know, Urza's supposed to be that archetype. Yes, she's not battle hungry and wanting to fight all the time, but she has that tier of power in this verse. She's literally a candidate to be one of the 10 Wizard Saints, which is on par with Makarov. You know what I'm saying? And this is way later on. Way later on. So I think it's sensible that she's able to do that.
Just ignites a flame within them.
Like I said, Urza, like, Kenpachi can go into the vacuum of space, survive, and everyone's like, oh my god, that's my goat, that's my goat. But Urza does it. It's, oh my god, power friendship.
Literally, friendship has always been a powerful construct in the world of shonen, but this is a bit much. Last time I checked, being fueled by friendship shouldn't make up for a skill issue. Of course, shonen really likes to hit home the power of friendship to all the little goobers that watch this stuff. I mean, they sold me on that topic a long time ago. Something that doesn't get a pass, though, is their handling of fight scenes, a concept of shonen action anime that is sink or swim when it comes to success. If these suck, you're fucking cooked. Our friends at A1 do tread the line here, and this becomes a downward spiral later on. It's very apparent in the show which parts the production team cared about and which they'd rather have erased from existence if the big wigs weren't watching their every move. Some fights will be created with a delicate touch of God shining through, animation rivaling any other shonen up to the 2020s. But then there's times where we just get one still frame zooming in and out while Natsu announces Fire Dragon's Iron Fist for the 100th time. You can see why this
You're literally copying panels from the manga game.
Problematic.
More do you
now
want?
Arriving at the 24.
And every anime does that. What the fuck? How many times did Luffy punch Kaido in the face? And it was a, like, come on.
18 Fairy Tail release, we have 102 episodes covering 5 arcs. One that's a prequel to everything we've talked about earlier, and 2 that are important. Group 2 finishes off, that's a prequel to everything we've talked about earlier, and 2 that are important.
The Eclipscape, I'm not gonna say it wasn't important. It did bring out a lot of lore. What was the other one?
Covering 5 arcs. One that's a prequel to everything we've talked about earlier, and 2 that
the Sun Village arc, again, more lore.
Important. Group 2 finishes off the Fairy Tail Wizard take on the
hyping up the next arc
of tournament arcs, most of which took place at the end of the first grouping, but carries over into the second with some wildly elaborate plot elements happening that I have not the time or concise details to explain right now. This is followed by 2 filler arcs that I felt unconscious trying to watch as a wee lad.
You don't watch filler arc?
And then we enter into one of the best arcs in the series, Tartarus. A full 32 episodes, 10 of which do not have to exist.
Listen to that. You heard that? 32 episodes is a long arc for Fairy Tail. 32? One Piece is at least 100, my nigga. At least 100. At least 50, my nigga. Damn. Like, come on.
Per usual, expands on some elements that come into play later on in the final part 3. There's nothing really to write home about here besides the sheer pointlessness of this 32 episode filler arc that had me slamming my head against the wall.
The filler arc that you didn't have to watch because it's not canon.
This part 3, well, words can't really explain how disappointed I was when this came out. Ultimately, the sole reason for making this video, this may well be the worst conclusion to any anime to grace my existence. Close to. A lot was working against this third part specifically.
Okay, if he doesn't start explaining why, I'm gonna get back
to the budget and storyboarders and ability to do his job. The pacing is quick where it should be slow, stretched where it should be shortened, and the animation is only a step above records of Ragnarok at times. Don't try to defend it, boys. That show is a joke. A lot of people also launch criticism of the show's overall story, and I'll be the first to say that's probably justified. But come on now, you have to admit, this is pretty cool. Let's not pretend we don't like shows that have overly complicated plot elements that follow no rhyme or reason. Her mom being a dragon, though, well, one of my biggest gripes.
Is that really a problem you have?
About the final season is the super hyped up battle of Natsu and Gray. Obviously going for a Naruto Sasuke dynamic here with a cherry on top of a brother versus brother fight that is if it didn't fall on its face so goddamn hard. It's actually more sad than angry. The fight consisted of several minutes of classic Fairy Tail freeze frame zoom-ins on the goobers announcing their special demon magic moves, and after several minutes of torture, Erza steps in to ease our suffering by
after this, I'm gonna watch a One Piece fight and see how much.
Super demon.
The reason I keep bringing up One Piece is obviously one of the most talked about fucking anime ever, and people love it. So if people love that and their fights are good, let's see.
Magic with her bare hands, no problem. This is not explained later.
She's literally the strongest person ever. You literally just seen her mother.
First part was this had all the potential to be one of their best fight sequences of the show, but instead the budget money for it must have magically disappeared in the purchase of a few new executive cars. There are a lot of examples we could list of fight sequences that lack this kind of range of motion, opting for a more budget-friendly route of zooming. Could you use
Again, I don't understand how niggas, like, they watch the show, right? They watch enough to talk about it. And what makes me more upset about this whole thing is, like, you don't see people defending it ever. It's always someone talking shit about it.
I'd just be reiterating myself if we were to talk about this more. They're all the same, you get the idea. It's just really sad to see a series that could have been something really cool flop just because they didn't use the source material to its full potential. Whether due to budget problems or shitty animation choices, I don't really know. Most likely both. I've talked mostly about production issues up to this point and their poor choices, but I'd like to take a step back from that and peek a little more into the wrongs that were brought upon by the story itself. Me personally, most of my criticisms come from production side of things, but there's still a lot of people who dislike the wonderful fairy tale story. I've mentioned the inflated power of friendship and the very odd character situations that seem kind of shooed in last minute. Plot holes are one thing, those tend to be bad, but everyone likes a good twist to their story. Sometimes when you have no basis for it though, it kind of comes off as forced. This old fart being this guy's son is kind of random, but hey, still cool. This guy being from the future due to some magical hoo-ha sending him here is never explained, but still.
What? I just watched this arc, by the way, so him saying he was here randomly and not explained, in his fucking timeline, dragons came over and he had to survive. He literally killed Sting, took his power, and defended off the dragons himself and learned how to tame dragons. And he came to the future to do the same thing. To rule over. To kill Agnologia. Oh my god.
Kind of cool. This immortal villain having the hots for the dead fairy girl that everyone can see because of plot logic, but he can never be with
Everyone can see it because she's the master of the guild.
with her due to some magical curse, which is his sole reason for waging war against the entire world, might be.
Okay. If you don't understand Zeref as a character, please don't talk about him, bro. Zeref as a character is way complex. It's way more than him just wanting to take over the world. It's way more than him being a character. I'd say he's more more complicated than other main characters like Yuha, like Aizen, like Madara, like way more complex as a character, not even as a villain, as a character than any other character I've seen in anime. That's why I think Zeref is such a good main villain, because his whole thing is contradiction. That's literally his whole thing.
Starting to stretch it a little here. And to reiterate,
what do you say about it?
Waging war against her be with her due to some magical curse, which is his sole reason for waging war against the entire world.
It was not his reason for waging war. Okay.
Be starting to stretch it a little here. And to reiterate once more for good measure, this lady is actually a dragon somehow, and
no, she was a lady who obtained the power to turn into a dragon.
Also this girl's mom. I gotta draw the line somewhere, and we're gonna put it here. I want you to keep in mind as we.
Alright, again, it's like niggas don't watch the show. It was told to us back then in ancient times when dragons and humans were a thing and they had a little civil war going on. Humans obtained the power of dragon slaying magic by absorbing dragons. Yes, they absorb dragon. That's why Agnologia is so, like, he can turn into a dragon because he absorbed a dragon and took his name. Same thing happened to Irene. That's why she can turn into a dragon. Obviously, it has major downsides to it, but it's what they need to do to live.
Reach our conclusion here today that Fairy Tail isn't as bad as some people make it out to be. It's not the worst thing out there. You could be watching X-Arm or something. A major factor that goes into the complaints in my eyes is that there could have been something great here. And when I say great, I mean Naruto level great. You know,
Naruto level great? Are we serious?
Middle of the line great. It had the elements that it needed to become a unique shonen anime. The execution of this, though, really underwhelmed. Alas, this fairy tale they ironically called Fairy Tail is not yet over. Instead of giving us a definite conclusion after 545 chapters,
Not that much compared to One Piece.
Mashima decided to launch a new continuum, the 100-year quest, because that's how long they're gonna milk this cow before it keels over. Check page.
I think 100 Quest is fine. Yeah, this guy, I feel like he just wanted to rage bait a little bit. Okay, actually, no. I think he had some solid criticisms at like some solid things he wanted to say. I just feel like it fell flat when you don't really expand and explain your problems. I'm saying, oh, this lady's a dragon, but she has a daughter. Why is that a problem? You know what I'm saying? If anything, that should solve all the problems he has with Urza. Because why is Urza so fucking strong if she's just a human? Well, we see who her fucking mother was. Like, it's like the Goku Gohan situation. We know how strong Goku is, and his son is gonna have so much more potential. That's why people get mad about Goten, because Goten is so trash. I don't get it. I never hear anyone defending it. Oh, I have seen. I take that back. I have seen someone defend it, and he's a great man. But all you see is just people hating on it, and like I saw a video earlier today. It was literally. Let me see if I can find it, bro. It was literally so perfect that I think people don't even know. People don't even know about it, bro. People don't even know. It's a short. Where is it at? It's right here, bro. I saw it earlier.
Let me start with this.
Look, watch, look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit, bro.
Fairy Tail is not part of the big three, but if you remember when those anime first came out, Fairy Tail was up there. It was
Exactly.
always Bleach, One Piece, Naruto, and Fairy Tail.
Yup.
Everyone was excited to see all those chapters.
Yup.
Let me start with this.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. People they just out of nowhere just magically just don't like it for some reason. I don't know. And what's crazy is I'll watch people react to it and watch Fairy Tail, and they love it. They love it. Guy, girl, like anybody who I've seen watch Fairy Tail on YouTube likes Fairy Tail. I don't get it. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments section below. Other than that, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a nice day. Peace.